Henry Ford a long time ago said, if a man believes he can do something or he believes he can't, in both cases he's right. My name is Jim McCarthy, originally from Omaha, Nebraska, the same city that Warren Buffett is from. And I studied political science at the University of Iowa. Then I had a chance to study in Austria and study in Germany. Then I was an English teacher in Frankfurt for a couple of years. And then I came to the Bay Area 25 years ago, and I had these really tough sales jobs. After that, I was lucky enough to get into Stanford for business school. I graduated from there in 1996. Then I was lucky enough to get hired at Yahoo in 1997 as employee number 258. Which was an amazing time to go to Yahoo, really an incredible time to be there. I worked in a whole variety of things as the internet continued to evolve. I worked on online classifieds, then I worked on auctions and rolled those out internationally, rolled out classifieds to Europe. A lot of what I've worked on has been sort of the history of how the internet has evolved. About 3 years ago, I just started doing leadership consulting, how to build high-performance teams, how to teach people how to hire great people, how to set them up for success, how to be a great manager in a startup entrepreneurial environment. And then I was diagnosed with cancer, and my health is okay today, I think, but it was a big wake-up call for me. And I'd always wanted to be a motivational teacher. I'd always wanted to be a motivational speaker. In realizing my mortality and understanding that, I thought, let me have the courage to try to do what I've always wanted to do. Whether I make a lot of money or not, whether I'm good at it or not, whether it's successful or a failure. So that's how I started doing these happiness workshops, helping people think about what's important in their life, reducing their stress, thinking about how their work is important, how their relationships are important, and how this all fits together. And the reaction, people seem to really like the workshops. And the workshops I do range from operational to inspirational. So the inspirational stuff is thinking about your life, your mortality, your purpose, your relationships, your work, living a life without regrets. And people, including very smart, ambitious business people who I do these workshops with, they really get a lot out of that. A lot of people in Silicon Valley work very hard and they work on amazing stuff. But sometimes they work really too hard. They don't have the proper balance between work and the rest of their lives. And I figured that it's important for people to realize that they can work hard, they can do great stuff at their companies, but they should be able to enjoy the journey while they're doing it. And there's different things you can do to learn how to be happier in your life. Most people are surprised that happiness is a skill you can develop. But actually it is. And what I do in my workshops is I have people think about their mortality, think about the fact that they're not going to live forever, really realize that. And this is through a series of writing exercises, conversation, group discussion. And then I walk people through a series of practices which have been scientifically proven to make people happier. So one is mindfulness meditation and being very much present here and now. One is affirmations, which is training your brain how to think positively. And then the third part is gratitude. So being thankful for wherever you are in life, however you are right now. Then there's workshops I do on goal setting, which is a very operational sort of workshop in terms of how to set goals, how to accomplish them, how to operationalize them into your daily life, and how to think positively through those affirmations that we talked about. Thinking positively, having confidence, believing in yourself is very important, both in your career and personally. Scientific research indicates that about 80% of human thoughts for the average person are negative. But if you're trying to be a startup founder and be optimistic and be positive and get that funding, you need to tell yourself, I'm getting that funding, I'm getting that funding, I'm getting that funding. Even if you're scared, even if you're afraid, even if you know your product is not perfect and your team is not perfect, but if you think positively, your chances of achieving that are going to be way higher. And then finally, I do very operational stuff. So how to hire great people on your team, how to set them up for success, how to be a first-time manager. And so that's an array of operational and inspirational workshops that I do, whether it's one-on-one coaching of people or whether it's doing workshops or training within different companies or startups. So I definitely believe in hard work. I believe in great companies creating great products. But I think that people will be happier, healthier, have better relationships, and actually be more creative and come up with much better business ideas if they're able to actually carve out a little bit of time to meditate, even for 5 minutes, to rest, to relax, to get enough sleep, to spend time with friends and family, to just work like crazy and make $10 million or $100 million, but to have no one around you who loves you, to have no family, to have no friends, is just a horrible way to live. And so I encourage people to enjoy the journey, do great work, but still learn how to do things well so that if your startup goes under or it doesn't work or you don't get an additional round of funding, you don't wake up one morning and realize your company's dead, you have no friends, your health is a disaster, and you're dying, right? To put it in an extreme case. So if people find that sort of balance, then they can always be working and they can be loving the work that they do, and they don't have to be just trying to retire as fast as they can.